Hello students, today we will be reading another chemical reaction of aldehyde and ketone, and it is aldol condensation. It's very important reaction. So here the aldol condensation, from the term only there is a term condensation. Now what is a condensation reaction? Where two or more molecules of same or different compounds combine to give a new compound with or without the elimination of some simple molecules is known as a condensation reaction. That is when two molecules add up. Here also in aldol condensation, two molecules of aldehyde will add up to give a new molecule known as aldol, and that's why the name of the reaction is aldol condensation. Why this reaction takes place? It takes place due to the acidity of the alpha hydrogen. Now this is a carbonyl group, and now with this carbonyl group, the carbon atom that is attached next to the carbonyl group is known as alpha carbon. So this is the alpha carbon, and there will be three bonds with the alpha carbon. The hydrogen atom that will be attached with this alpha carbon is known as the alpha hydrogen. Now I am claiming that this alpha hydrogen is acidic in nature. Why? Because it can be easily lost as H plus ion, and the remaining enolate ion is stabilized by resonance. How? Suppose here I am attacking this alpha carbon by a base. So a base is attacking this alpha hydrogen atom, and this bond's electron pair is accumulated at the carbon atom. So what we will get? The H alpha hydrogen will be removing as H plus. So there will be a negative charge on this carbon atom. And how this carbon atom is stabilized? It is stabilized by resonance. It will produce a double bond here, and this one will produce a negative charge here. So due to resonance, what will be the structure that I will get? C bond O minus double bond C, isn't it? So this is our enolate ion, which is stabilized by resonance, due to which the hydrogen which is attached to the alpha carbon of an aldehyde is easily lost as H plus ion, and it is acidic in nature. So due to the acidic nature of this alpha hydrogen, we are getting the reaction aldol condensation. So aldol condensation is basically a dimerization reaction. What happens? Under the influence of dilute base, two molecules of aldehyde which is containing at least one alpha hydrogen atom. So the absence of alpha hydrogen atom, if any aldehyde doesn't contain any alpha hydrogen atom, aldol condensation reaction will not take place. So the aldehyde which is containing at least one alpha hydrogen atom will dimerize to form a beta hydroxyaldehyde. Which one will be the beta carbon? First the carbonyl group here, this is alpha, the next carbon will be beta. So in the beta position there will be a OH group, and the product will be beta hydroxyaldehyde. Now as the product contains both the aldehyde and an alcohol group, the common name given is aldol. Now how this aldol condensation is taking place? CH3, C double bond O, H. Okay. Now here what happens? At first a base is produced from here. Okay. How? If I write in this way, CH2 and one hydrogen separately as H. What happens? We have given a base here. So the base, from the base, the OH minus comes and attacks this hydrogen, alpha hydrogen atom, and this anion is produced. So this is our first step. Step 1 is that the hydroxide ion will abstract a proton from the alpha carbon, and we will get a resonance stabilized enolate ion. We will get a and this resonance stabilization I have shown in the above. So this is our step 1, and this is our slow step or the rate determining step. Now after this ion, enolate ion, will be attacking another same aldehyde. So I have taken another aldehyde compound, same thing, and what happens here, this enolate ion that has been produced, this negative ion will be attacking this carbonyl carbon and this bond will open up. So we will get CH3, CHO minus, and with this what got attached? CH2, CHO, isn't it? So this is our step 2, where enolate ion is acting as the nucleophile and it is attacking the carbonyl carbon atom. Okay, now what happens? We have got this, that is CH3, CHO minus, CH2, CHO, and we have got a negative charge over the oxygen atom. What happens? There is water molecule in the reaction medium, and this O minus will take away one H plus or abstract one proton from the water molecule, giving us the beta hydroxy aldehyde. You see? So here the beta carbon is which one? This is alpha, this is beta. So in the beta position there is a OH group, and what happens? We got the aldol here, and this is known as aldol, the condensation product of two aldehyde molecule. The reaction mechanism can be shown in a more better way here. You can see that in this way. If I show you what happens, at first NaOH is given and the OH minus comes and attacks here the H, one H atom is there. This is a CH3 group. This is the skeleton structure actually, where the OH minus comes and attacks this H, producing a base. This base is stabilized, I have shown you here, and now this one will attack another aldehyde group, giving us the aldol. So under the influence of dilute base, two molecules will dimerize. So this is a skeleton structure which can be difficult for some of the students to understand, so I have shown you in this way the mechanism. So this is the basic mechanism of an aldol condensation reaction. Product that we have obtained, that is the aldol, if the product is heated with dilute acid, it goes then and there dehydration reaction, so we get an alkene, that is unsaturated aldehyde and ketone. And how that take place, again I will show you the reaction. So what we got, CH3, CHOH, CH, and there's a CH2, I am writing in this way, CHO. Now what happens? In the medium there's a OH minus. This one will come and attack this position hydrogen atom, and again it will produce a negative charge on the carbon atom, and what we will get? CH3, CHOH, CH minus, CHO. So in the next step, again this minus will create a double bond here, removing the OH minus from the compound. So we will get CH3, CH, double bond CH, CHO. So this is our beta unsaturated aldehyde, or if we have taken ketone, ketone. So here what happens, elimination reaction is taking place and we get a stable compound. This reaction is usually exothermic, and generally this is an elimination unimolecular reaction. Now I will discuss that how this aldol condensation reaction, that means the product aldol, is useful for producing different type of compounds, that is how this reaction is useful in synthesis. Actually we get the aldol, the functional group both are there, OH and CHO, and thus this functional group can be converted into a number of useful compounds like 1,3-diols, saturated alcohols, alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, allylic alcohols and aldehydes. So this will be useful in our different type of conversions that we will do after completing the whole organic chemistry. Suppose the first one, I am treating this aldol with a reducing agent NaBH4, that is sodium borohydride. Sodium borohydride is a reducing agent. So what will happen if we treat this aldol with sodium borohydride? It is generally producing nascent hydrogen which helps in the reduction reaction. And so here we can see the aldehyde CHO is there. Now why we use NaBH4? Because it's a very weak reducing agent and it will affect only the reduction of this aldehyde group, and this aldehyde group will be reduced to an alcohol. And I am here used in the aldol two R groups to indicate that the aldol not be a specific one. Any type of alkyl group or different type of groups is present here, it will undergo the same type of reaction. So after reduction with sodium borohydride, we will get RCH2, CHOH, CHR, and this CHO will get reduced to CH2OH. So in this case, what we get, this product is known as 1,3 diol, general name, because we can see that at 1 and at the 3 position 2 OH groups are attached, so it's a 1,3 diol. Next, if we treat this aldol with dilute acid and water, that is acidic hydrolysis, and if we heat it, just now I have showed you that one water molecule will get eliminated from here and we will get RCH2, CH, double bond C, here the hydrogen atom has got out, this H and this OH, and the R is remaining here, CHO. So if we heat with in acidic medium, if we heat the aldol, one water molecule will go away, minus H2O, one water molecule will go away from this medium and we will get an alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. Now if we treat this alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde with a reducing agent, suppose hydrogen, and the catalyst is palladium over activated charcoal. So what we will get, again this aldehyde group will get reduced to alcohol, so we will get RCH2, CH, RCH2, CH, 2, this one also will get reduced, the double bond also will get reduced because this is a very strong reducing agent, RCHO. So if we reduce this with hydrogen and the catalyst is activated palladium over charcoal, what happens? This hydrogen atom is getting added up to this double bond. Again I am repeating, if we treat this alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde with hydrogen over activated palladium catalyst over activated charcoal, then there will be an addition reaction taking place to this double bond and this hydrogen atom will get added up here and thus we will get a plain aldehyde in this case. So suppose we have started with a smaller carbon atom aldehyde and we will end up with an aldehyde with a large number of carbon atoms. So it is a type of step up reaction. Now this same compound alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde, if we treat it with lithium aluminium hydride, another reducing agent, but here the reduction will take place only at the aldehyde group, and what will be the compound that we will get? RCH2, CH, double bond CR, CH2OH. So there are two type of reagents that we are using to do the reduction in two different places. Here we have to use this reagent to add up the hydrogen here, this will be remaining intact, and here we will use the reducing agent lithium aluminium hydride, or you can use sodium borohydride, and we will get the reduction only at the aldehyde group, and what we will get? We will get an allylic alcohol, isn't it? We will get an allylic alcohol. Now if this aldol is treated with hydrogen with nickel catalyst, the catalyst is changing and we have taken H2Ni, then what happens? Then the reduction takes place in both the positions, here in the double bond and here in the aldehyde group. And what we get as the product? We get R CH2 CH2 CHR CH2 OH. I repeat, if we use hydrogen over nickel, the reduction takes place in both the positions and we get R CH2 CH2 CHR CH2 OH. And what is it? It is an alcohol. That is also a saturated alcohol. So clearly remember the three different type of reducing agents that we have used. If hydrogen over palladium carbon, then we get the reduction only at the double bond. If lithium aluminium hydride, then the reduction only at the aldehyde group. And if hydrogen over nickel, then the reduction is at both the positions and we get an saturated alcohol. So whenever in the conversion you have to prepare any one from an aldol, use the reagents properly. Don't mess up with the reagents. We can conclude that formaldehyde, benzaldehyde, benzophenone, this type of compounds which doesn't have any alpha hydrogen atom will not undergo an aldol condensation reaction. In formaldehyde, the two hands of the carbon is both H. So there is no alpha carbon, then there is no question of alpha hydrogen. In benzaldehyde, one hand is H as it is aldehyde and another hand is a benzene ring. So for a benzene ring, the alpha carbon doesn't have any alpha hydrogen because of the presence of the double bond. And benzophenone, both the hands of the carbon is a benzene ring, so no question of alpha hydrogen. So this type of compounds doesn't undergo aldol condensation reaction due to the absence of alpha hydrogen atom. Next, I have shown here you one example. This is an intramolecular aldol condensation where this is a long compound CH3 C double bond O CH2 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 C double bond O CH3. So if we use a base that is NaOH, then we will get this compound due to aldol condensation and then elimination of water molecule. How I am showing you the mechanism. So what happens at first? The OH minus will attack any of the alpha hydrogen, either this side or that side. Both alpha hydrogens are same, you can see. So it will attack the alpha hydrogen and it will produce the enolate ion, this one. I have given here the skeleton structure for better understanding. Count the number of carbon atoms and do the skeleton structure. So we got the enolate ion here. This one will attack the same carbonyl compound which is far away from it and it will be producing the aldol condensation with intramolecular. You can see two molecules are not involved. So we get here a cyclic structure, then it will, this O minus will abstract one H plus here and it will be producing the aldol, and then again the water molecule will get eliminated and we will get the double bond structure. So this is our mechanism for intramolecular aldol condensation reaction. Now you see students, if the aldol condensation is an acid catalyzed reaction, previously we were seeing that aldol condensation is catalyzed by base. That is, when an aldehyde is treated with NaOH solution, it undergoes aldol condensation, producing the aldol, which when heated with dilute acid, it gives us the ketone. It gives us the alkene by the elimination of a water molecule. Now if the aldol condensation is acid catalyzed, it is catalyzed by an acid, then actually it's impossible to stop the reaction at the aldol stage and the elimination of the water molecule from the aldol takes place readily. Here we can see the mechanism. How it takes place when it is at acid catalyzed. First, the lone pair of the oxygen attacks of proton and it becomes OH plus. Then from here one hydrogen atom makes a double bond and prepare this compound in all. Now after that, another aldehyde compound, the same aldehyde compound, after producing this protonated ion, is attacked by this enol and an aldol is produced. Actually condensation takes place of two molecules. Then from the elimination of a H plus ion we get the aldol. Now as the reaction is acid catalyzed, in the reaction medium there is already H plus ion present which attacks readily this OH group and the elimination takes place, forming the alkene unsaturated alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde. So we cannot stop the reaction at the aldol state and it continues to give us the alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde compound if the aldol condensation is acid catalyzed. Now under the topic aldol condensation, one name reaction is there, Claisen-Smith condensation. This is what a type of aldol condensation, but here after the formation of this aldol we can see that on the beta position there is a hydroxy group, a beta hydroxy carbonyl compound. This is the carbonyl group and in the beta position there is a OH group, but it is bearing an unsaturated group or it can be a benzene ring. If this is the case, if on the beta carbon atom there is a unsaturated group or a benzene ring or any conjugate system, then in these cases the dehydration takes place rapidly without any presence of acid. Why? Because if here a double bond is formed, we will get a extended conjugated system. How? Here is a double bond, then again leaving this carbon atom there is a double bond on the benzene ring. So we can get the extended conjugated system, and for this reason it's a very much stable compound after the elimination of water. So whenever there's a beta means after the formation of the aldol, if there's on the beta carbon atom there's a benzene ring or a unsaturated group, then the elimination will take place rapidly and we will get directly the alkene, and in these cases the aldol cannot be isolated. So this type of reaction is called Claisen-Smith condensation reaction, where on the beta carbon atom there will be a conjugated system, a large conjugated system or a benzene ring. I have given here only one example of benzaldehyde and acetone, reaction between benzaldehyde and acetone, the unsaturated compound that we are getting here. The mechanism is same like that of the aldol condensation.